Hello, home trees. It's your hosts, Chris, Corey,
hey,
and Donnie. And welcome to the last Goodie Bag edition of the More Gooder Than podcast. On this last extra-sode, we reveal the movies for the next last main episode. Read your comments for the last time. Listen to messages from the hotline for the last time. Wow, there's a lot. That's going to be the whole episode, basically.
Yeah.
And another segment of MGT Light where we are basically we're gonna get super nostalgic and thank a ton of people.
Yeah. Start just pounding drinks.
Yeah, I got my coffee. You guys want to do shots? Let's do shots. Ooh,
shot.
9:30 a.m. shots.
And you're home. We still have to drive back to our respective homes.
You guys hang out.
I got a shit ton of work to do today.
You guys just hang out. I get a text from April. What's Corey doing? He's asleep. He went nights.
Which I'm going to look forward to is like some Saturday afternoon naps. Not have to do anything else.
Next week's finale, which we're calling it the finale, because we're just done with clever names now.
El último for our Latin friends.
Endgame, Parabellum, and whatever the last episode of Game of Thrones will be announced tomorrow. We're recording on Saturday. Anyway, we wanted to have on, so they will feature the films we've always wanted to have on an episode, but they just didn't quite fit in to anything that we were doing before. So they're just kind of like these like solo films that just are just out there.
Yeah.
But we couldn't let the show end without talking about them. That's pretty much what it is. And so we went with Brick from 2004.
That was mine.
Yeah, that was.
I think 2005.
2005.
Yeah. Okay. 2004, 2005. Doesn't matter.
Show over.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't deal with this.
And then Roadhouse and Rogue One. That's a. Is that a Star Wars?
I wanted to introduce you finally to a Star Wars movie,
Star
Chris,
Wars.
So I picked Rogue One for you.
Yeah.
So you can see what it's about.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Trek Wars?
I hope you liked it.
Trek Wars.
Or when you watch it next week.
When I watch it next week, because I've never seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
All the way back to episode 1. Guess what, people? Full circle. Parabellum. What's parabellum mean?
Like a math term.
I know.
Is it something related to a parabola? Parabellum also sounds like a part of your brain.
Yeah.
That's cerebellum.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's a mathematical
the
part of your
in the
brain.
front, the parabellum's in the back, you know?
The parabellum processes higher math functions.
Yeah.
While I'm saying words, can someone look that up, please?
Let's see.
Okay.
Keep talking.
A Twitter poll was ran.
Work that poll for the last time.
Got too old, 70 years old. Could not have been happier with the results. Do you want to know why? The winner for episode 69 got 69% of the vote. Isn't that great?
That is good.
I was so
I'm
happy.
sure that was engineered.
After
Everyone's
a certain
out there,
point, people were gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we got don't vote for that one. Don't vote for it. Ex Machina was 69% of it.
Nice.
People could love this movie.
I would have loved if it would have been Sucker Punch, but
No,
Ex
Sucker
Machina's
Punch
rad
was
too.
way. It had 0 votes for like hours.
That's understandable
Yeah.
given the company it was in.
So here's the thing. I thought you guys brought it on to make fun of. So when you guys came in and started heaping praise on it, I actually was.
You were confused?
I was very confused. It was
It was so traumatic. He had to go into 3 layers of his brain.
No, and CJ even.
What were you doing in your layer when we were talking about it? And you were trying to go to a happy place.
I was dancing.
Where were you?
Of course, I was dancing.
Were we
dancing?
fighting orcs or?
I always fight orcs in my brain.
Now watch me tear up this floor.
Yeah.
Is that what you were doing?
Do you know how many of those gifts we got? So many gifts. I mean, thousands of them of just dancing. It's when he does the spin in the middle of his hand. Because like you think he's going to go, stops, spins his hand, then keeps going. It's so good. I wonder if that's because that scene is so weird. We didn't talk about it though enough, I don't think. Yeah. What was that scene like on set? Like, what was it like on set? Was it like really lighthearted? Were they having a good time? You know, they just busted up laughing.
For sure. To keep a straight face the whole time because he's so deadpan and just weird when he's doing it.
And like every time I see him in interviews and everyone else, they're all just really happy, laughy people. Yeah. Anyway, so Ex Machina 69%, Annihilation with 20, and Sucker Punch with 11. So it didn't get 0.
Broke into the dubs.
It got.
Before you move on,
okay.
if you're done with that segment,
I'm done with that segment.
I have an update.
Okay.
Reporting live. Parabellum. What does it mean?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
It actually, I think that what's most apt for this scenario or for this context is it's a proprietary name for a type of automatic firearm made in 1904 by Mauser and Deutsch Waffen.
Mauser.
Und. Is it Mauser?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't that a character, like a creature on like video game?
That was a Mauser. And then there was a Mauser is the name of the but yeah, it was on Ninja Turtles.
Okay. All right. So Mauser and Deutsch, I hope I'm saying that right. Waffen und Munitionsfabriken.
Oh my gosh, Arnold just came in. I just want to be in here and thank you for having me on the show.
Further, it's from a Latin phrase, si vis pacem parabellum, power meaning to prepare and bellum meaning war.
Okay. So it's
prepare
double
for
meaning.
war.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
We were, Corey had a great idea
We
for us.
were all way, way off.
Yeah, we weren't even close. Corey really wanted us to go see John Wick 3 together. It just didn't work out. But
I thought it would be a nice
for sure
close to like,
coda.
we've done the first and second movies, and that was obviously the most popular one from our Triple J episodes.
For sure. Yeah.
And I thought it'd be cool because throughout this entire 3 years, all these podcast episodes, we never watched a movie together.
Yeah.
And we never did new movies. We always did older movies that were sort of nostalgic. So I thought, it'd be cool to do a new movie, watch it together, and then talk about it and kind of end cap this whole thing.
I think John Wick 2 was the newest movie we'd done.
But Chris
Probably, yeah.
couldn't make the time for you.
Donnie couldn't make it either.
All
Neither.
Chris.
And that's the podcast. That's one of the reasons the podcast is over.
By proxy, I guess we could just blame Dave, right?
Yeah. Freaking
So,
Dave,
All
man.
credit to Dave and all blame to Dave.
Remember Dave for a little bit, okay? Remember that you hate Dave, okay?
So was it pretty good? Is it worth watching?
Yeah, it was great. I did not expect him to die in the end.
Yeah, gosh dang it.
Yeah, when his gun explodes in his hand and takes off his fingers, I was blown away. But
His hand?
it ended nicely. The dog did rip off the main bad guy's face.
Yeah.
As long as Swear Engine calls somebody a cocksucker, I'm happy.
Okay,
For the record, I have not seen the show, so if I predicted accurately, I'm sorry that wasn't a spoiler.
If he dies at the end, I actually will be fine with that. That won't be a bad ending to me.
They were actually going to call the movie John Dies at the End, but that title's already taken.
Did you read the book or see the movie?
No and no, but it's on my list.
The movie is an okay adaptation.
Because the book, it was a Something Awful guy, right?
Yeah, it was the head writer for Cracked.
Oh, Cracked,
Yeah.
right. The other one.
Yeah, there you go. You're close enough. Yeah, he wrote a book called John Dies at the End, and it's the weird. He wrote it serialized on the site. Like he would post a chapter for like years of this book that he was writing, and finally he put them together, and made this book called John Dies at the End. And it's the weirdest thing you've ever read, but it is so worth it.
Does John in fact die at the end?
I'm not going to tell you.
And do you care? Like,
You care about these characters.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way to write a book that's called John Dies at the End, is to make you really like that character and wish for him to survive somehow.
The best way to describe John in the book, it's a lot of stoner humor going on. Like John does a lot of drugs. Think of it John,
so like every other significant person in history.
Honestly, here's the thing.
Every other significant character. Like,
Yeah.
they all just do drugs. It's all drugs
If
in
you
the end,
mixed
right?
me and Donnie together, and like the extremes of our personalities, that's what John is.
That's a psychopath.
I know. Yes, the answer is yes.
Or just like it's just an average. It all just averages out.
No, it's extreme. It goes to the
It's
extremes.
the two extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
It's like
he's
a bipolar
just
kind of thing.
catatonic at all times.
He's crushed by his own inability to express himself. He wants to talk, but he realizes that like that would reveal too much about him. But he needs to talk.
Yeah.
So I was thinking back when I was listening to our episode again about us creating characters in fantasy games and how they are just us. It's funny. It's like what is high charisma, high strength? Go Chris. That is it.
If I was combined with Chris, I would go mad trying to figure out a sneaky way to be loud and boisterous.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. See, it's funny because like you guys both do that. I don't do
Yeah.
that. I think I play a lot of different characters.
I mean, your characters are almost always tall, and like you want them to be.
That's like a
You
favorable trait.
almost always want them to be handsome.
They're all bad boys.
For me, because I play a mix. I'll play male characters. I'll play female characters. I'll play wizards, rogues, warriors. I've played them all. But I do always make like if I'm playing a female character, she's gonna be really hot. If I play a male character, she's gonna be really just badass looking. Like that's my two things.
Good
That's
times. Yeah. Santiago from Weird With You. And also we're going to be thanking people throughout. We have like lists of people to thank, but just know if we're going to thank you kind of like as we go along too. Santiago did the voices for our hotline message. He sent so many great things in. Remember that one time when you read the Hamilton lyrics on air? Oh, that was so good. But he's been him and Justine have been incredible friends to the show.
For sure. Absolutely.
And we just literally we use the hashtag Potter and Family. I want to thank Potter and Family too on Twitter. Just a hashtag group. We looked each other's shows up. That's it. That's and that's
like, hey, you got a pretty good show.
Yeah, I like your show too. we just become best friends.
Friends forever.
Forever. Oh man, I would love it if they came out to the West Coast.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we would have a good time. But we
could go up there to Canada and visit them and visit Brendo.
They're on the wrong side.
They're so far away. Yeah. It's worth it. Let's go. Road trip. MGT road trip, y'all. We'll call it meander across America. Leisurely stroll across America. He said Ex Machina, number 1. Annihilation, number 2. And at number 40, Sucker Punch.
Does not like Sucker Punch, huh?
Ex Machina might already be a sci-fi classic. I agree. I think it's a classic.
For sure.
Gerald from Two Peas on a Pod, also another great Patreon supporter. Gerald, I've been on his show a couple times. We've done so many things together. Gerald's such a great guy. He really is. And his wife just had a baby. And it's a clone of Gerald.
Yeah.
It's not reproduction. It's a risograph.
It's the exact same genetic material.
Like
exactly.
A splicing.
A splicing going on. He says, these are all so great. Got to go number 1, Annihilation. Number 2, Ex Machina. Number 3 is Sucker Punch, but it's all close for me. So he did enjoy all 3.
Yeah.
And then
except for he put Annihilation first, but whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
We all mess up on occasion.
Mike from Bad Reception, which of course Mike and Morgan have been incredible to us. They've been Patreon supporters.
Thank you to them.
I just was guested with Mike last week because Morgan hasn't been able to be on the show. And
she's been heartbroken because we didn't like the episode that they made for us.
I know, she's done.
we do like it. We talked
about it. It's more like gallows humor now. Like, we were in the trenches together.
I was actually thinking about them 2 nights ago because
when you were purging.
No, I was thinking that I would rather be watching Samurai Cop or Miami Connection than Roadhouse.
Ooh, shots fired already. You haven't watched them yet, right? We don't watch them until the week after. Yeah. Is there any other things we want to like reveal the curtain on at all? I don't think so.
That you have actually seen Star Wars before?
Shh, don't tell out. That's for the finale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Mike, we did Samurai Pizza Cats, which is like this import from Japan. Had 52 episodes,
like a Ninja Turtle knockoff.
Like it obviously when they made it was not a Ninja Turtle knockoff, but when they imported it, they're like, oh, we gotta rip off because they even run a restaurant and it's obviously not a pizza joint. Like obviously not. Yeah. Everything's being served in those little like
it's like a taco shop or something.
It's obviously a sushi store. Yeah. Like obviously, like that's everything's in sushi.
Like bento boxes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's not pizza. But he says, let Donnie know I'm super down for that Cronenberg marathon or an all Cronenberg podcast. A Cronencast if he needs a co-host. So if you want to set it up, Mike will probably edit it. You could do that.
Nice.
But I mean, he doesn't have that many movies.
I don't know if I have the mental fortitude to like do a Cronenberg marathon.
Who does? He's just like at the end, you just want to go over to your mom's house. Mom, can you just hold me and tell me that I'm a good boy?
Just gonna curl up into a fetal position.
Your mom just like, it's okay. It's okay. Same thing. I did a whole bunch of screenshots. Dave, of course, thank you, Dave. You've been a friend since forever. Came to the house, made us Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Right. Had an incredible time with Donnie.
Yeah.
Probably really connected with Donnie.
One of my best memories, I think.
Yeah.
But what's nice about that, most of these people we're going to still keep in contact with regardless because they're become actual friends. He posted a GIF of them dancing.
No. Say it again. Yeah. I'm going to edit that out.
No. I did it on purpose. It was on purpose. You know what it was.
It's dancing.
Triggered. Wes, who is the new Podfather from VHS, is the new Podfather of the Podfix Network.
Congrats on your ascension to the throne.
I know. What happened is he gained those Super Saiyan powers, started glowing, and his hair turned yellow.
All right, buddy, it's kill or be killed.
Yeah, you coming for him, Donnie?
Yeah. No, that's too much work.
Okay, yeah. He don't go. But yeah. So anyway, new Podfather of Podfix Network. Congratulations, cool. Wes. And also congratulations on your baby, who is also a clone of you. What's with these people just making clones? Anyway, Brondo from What Were They Thinking? He says, Sucker Punch is the worst.
Why the hate for Sucker
Because
Punch?
it's so bad. It's such a bad movie.
It's so good. And when you guys say you hate it, you're sucker punching me. Because I'm not expecting it.
No, you're sucker punching yourself.
There you go. I knew it was coming. To-do review, Ex Machina is vastly underrated. I don't think it's underrated anymore because everyone thinks it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's not as talked about as much as it should be.
Probably because it's too horrifying. Because we're there, basically.
We are there now,
Nobody wants to talk about that right now.
The Altered Instinct on Twitter, they wrote that really cool article about us in their newspaper or public. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Like 2 years. I know. It's like 2 years ago. They wrote an article about how much they liked us. Yeah, it was really cool.
Of them.
That's hard. I voted Sucker Punch, so he's on your side because that's the best
Got a
movie.
fan.
But he's a beast in Ex Machina, the Colonel Kurtz we deserve. Like if they redid, that's actually really good.
Colonel Kurtz, what's that?
Heart of Darkness.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Apocalypse Now.
But there you go. Yeah.
Also Heart of Darkness.
You know, I've never finished Apocalypse Now. I've
That's
watched
fine.
the first
That's
half
fine.
twice and never saw the end.
You're good. You're good.
Like the first half was like one movie and then it changes to like a different movie. at the
Yeah.
end, right? Yeah.
You could read Heart of Darkness faster than you can watch Apocalypse Now.
It's such a long movie.
I like the Flight of the Valkyries is like that's a scene in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I do get some of them mixed up, like Platoon, that
course,
one,
yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, like all those scenes sort of like mix in my brain of like which one goes to which movie.
I mean, the finale is stirring, like, spoiler for a 40-year-old movie.
You can go for it, buddy.
When he's like hacking him apart with a machete and then like, is it the end? Like the Doors tune? Like the crazy part of it is playing
the
and
end.
it's,
Yeah.
No, like where, like the weird, fast-paced, like breakdown part of it. Yes. It's actually Light My Fire.
Come on, baby, light. I've never been a big Doors fan. Like, I get why people like it. It's got some. I get why they were big. It's just never been they've never really been my thing.
I like some Doors stuff. I'm not a big Jim Morrison fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah,
growing up, it wasn't really something played in my household, but
Same.
like my best friend, I remember like his dad would always play the Doors. And so like he would always be like, oh, you know who this is? I'm like, no. And he'd like point to the door. And, like,
Oh my gosh. Is it Galindo?
No. It wasn't.
Okay.
No.
'Cause so not slap this friend in the face next time you see him. That's the douchey thing.
Anyway, so like that's my reference as a child for the Doors. And then there was the Val Kilmer movie that came out. I think that kind of I had a little bit of appreciation after watching that movie.
Yeah.
So I thought it was kind of interesting, like for Baby Light My Fire, like how they tried to like commercialize it and make it like more of a pop tune, and they were just like, no, that's not what it's about, you know. So I kind of like some of those behind the scenes stuff. But
there's a lot to talk about with them. It's just never been my thing. It's if you like them, that's cool.
They're hits.
Exactly.
I do enjoy, but I don't seek them out to listen to them. It's just when they're on, like, oh, cool, the Doors.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's my indifference.
This is fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is happening.
Zach, of course, Plank from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
my
big thank you
gosh.
to him.
Oh man, we love him so much.
He's a big time Patreon supporter, and he gave us one of our best episodes. Like,
For
introduced us to
sure.
some movies that we had no idea. Like, went beyond just us too. Like, listeners that are my family and friends, like they were like, oh, I got to check out that movie because our raving reviews of Predestination.
Yeah.
And they went out and watched it, and then they were showing their friends. And it was like this viral thing spreading through California.
Absolutely, 100%. Like I had friends who, like, we stopped in the middle of the podcast because we said, "Don't listen, go watch, and then come back and listen."
And people listened. And they listened to us.
And then they went back. So what the heck, man? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. He said, "I voted Ex Machina."
But Babadook was great too. That was no slouch.
Babadook is going to be. I'm going to talk about it later. And but yeah, it was like, oh, horror can be good.
Yeah, that's the movie that I think turned Chris onto horror.
Horror can,
or scary movies at least.
No, it's a horror movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I'm just saying, like, you hated scary movies
It was
before that point.
and my mom's episode.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It changed it. Yeah,
It changed me.
But Zach says, I voted Ex Machina, but I love Sucker Punch so much.
God, thank you. I
And
know
then-
there's people some good
Yet
taste out
another
there.
reason to like Zach.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Suzanne.
Everybody go out and listen to Dungeons and Dragons, Zach's podcast.
Yes, well, that's regardless.
Yeah.
Go do that
of
anyway.
course, yeah. I've been saying that for years now. But
Switch your Patreon money to Dungeons and Dragons.
Actually,
absolutely,
yes.
that would make us feel really good. If
Yeah.
you did that.
I have
Switch your
some-
Patreon over to them.
That's good. And then Suzanne says the same thing. She says, Ex Machina, love Sucker Punch. Suzanne Oinkenstaben on Twitter. Yeah, I love it so much. The Merc with a movie blog, hands down, it's Ex Machina, such a great film and was my favorite of that year. SR Algernon on Twitter, I guess I'm the oddball who liked Annihilation. You're not an oddball. I liked it too.
Well, oddball in this trio.
Yeah. He says, it's not a good movie, but I am a sucker for watching Sucker Punch. This is Fantarium. It's not a good movie, but I am a sucker for watching Sucker Punch in the background. And that musical number of Oscars is glorious in Ex Machina.
Yeah.
That's like multiple times I've heard people say, oh, my favorite movie of this year, my favorite movie of that year. Maybe because I don't watch movies the year they come out.
It's so true, right?
Like, it's a weird way to think of things. Like, I can't, like...
Someone posted
and great movies are timeless anyway, so the year it came out doesn't matter to me. But.
I know, it is true. Someone had posted, like, they were saying, we're going to talk about 2014. I think I have to look at it again. But you've
already looked, but I was going to say, like, for Donnie and I, we should guess what came out in 2014 that would be significant.
No, I don't have it written down. Everything.
You don't know? So guess what
I
came
looked
out
at
in
it, and it says, like, we're going to talk about...
You're not going to play my game?
I'll pull up 2014.
I don't want you to pull it up. I want you to guess what significant movie came out in 2014.
I don't know.
Just guess. It's a guess. It's a game.
I don't know. So 2015 was Ex Machina. 2014, a Marvel movie.
That wouldn't top the list for me. 2014. What came out?
You don't even know. That's why
I don't have a guess either.
This game is pointless because we don't know. No, but someone had posted it like, hey, I think it was Nick from Epic Film Guys, which I do want to thank him. He's the founder of Podern Family. I did a live stream for The Cure with him last night. He is incredibly supportive, and I'm so thankful for his friendship. So Nick Askins, here's your thank you. That's going out there.
Thanks.
But he posted that they were going to talk about the best films of 2014, and I looked at it because, like, it's a joke year, and I'm not saying 2014. Insert the name of the actual episode here. And I looked at it. It's like, I don't like any movie from this year. Really? Like, none. It's like, wow, what a drought. Because this year is just like nerddom. We got Endgame, finishing up the MCU, finale of Game of Thrones. You got the last last Star Wars of the Skywalker saga. Like, there's so much happening. The ending of MGT.
Is lit.
Huh? 2019 is lit. 2019 is a good year, man. It really is. It says, Drew Engelman, the writing, the dance number, the beard, Ex Machina is pretty much perfect, which is very true. Now we're going to move into some more sappy stuff. Paris, the third member of Dungeons and Dragons, says, now every time that I hear Old Town Road, the most American song in existence, I will remember my favorite Americans with fondness. That's the MGT legacy. No take backsies. So our legacy is Old Town Road.
It is funny.
Not what I would have guessed.
I had never heard that before that last episode. Yeah. And then, like, since then,
now
I've heard
everywhere.
It everywhere.
Yeah,
I texted you a couple days ago. I was out working in the field at my secret job. And I just heard these guys, like, listening to it on a boombox, these workers on a site. And they listened to it on a boombox. Yeah. And I was like, I just started laughing. I texted Chris, like, hey, you won't guess what I'm listening to right now. Then that very same day, I went, we drove to Fresno and went to go see Pentatonics.
PTX, baby.
Me, my wife, and my oldest son. It was kind of like his first, like, real concert.
That's so fun. Did you love it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He really enjoyed it. He had a good time. And anyways, they did this little breakdown thing where a couple of them just, like, it wasn't the full five of them. It was just two of them. One guy was beatboxing. The other guy was just doing raps. And they did, like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And they did all kinds of different stuff. Yeah. And then they got out and they're like, okay, this one's for all the millennials and the Gen Z folks. And they started doing Old Town Road. And it was, everybody just erupted. You know, they were so super. And I was just like rolling my eyes like, what the hell?
A jam, man. It's a jam.
It's catchy. I'll give you that.
That's it. Oh, Elise hates it.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan.
Because Chris is probably spinning it nonstop.
Well, what it is now is completely stuck in her head.
Yeah,
because it's so simple. It's 1 minute and 52 seconds long.
Yeah,
like you brush your teeth that long. You know, like oh, how long do you brush your teeth? It's always like, oh, you sing Happy Birthday twice. And
now you sing Old Town Road.
Yeah. But so Paris, who's been so supportive of us,
of course,
start to finish. But seriously, congrats on a great run. We will miss having you guys on my Thursday morning drive to work because they're in the future.
Yeah,
we drop on Wednesdays.
Right.
That was so hard when all the Aussies were in Podfix. Was like I used to try and do a calendar.
Yeah,
and it would never line up
because you'd always be a day off.
It'd always be a day off. For
like
them.
Coordinating me and Santiago and Fuzzy Dan.
Oh my gosh,
was
for three
difficult.
Guys.
Yeah.
I know. Speaking of Fuzzy, oh my god, he texted me and he said, "I'm going to miss hearing home tree logo designed by Dan Nicholson.
Right.
He says I'm going to miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That is sad. But man, him, Bradley J coming out, just that was
It was an epic weekend. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I always
we were
remember
on the
Donnie.
radio, came out here, went swimming. We had a cool barbecue, had a cool jam session. Like, it was just a lot of fun.
Donnie pounding on the door where we're singing. What were we singing?
Closing time.
Closing
Yeah.
time.
He texted me.
I almost left.
He texted me and he's like, we're burning up on your front
Closing
porch and
time.
you guys are playing fucking closing time. But we were into it. We could not hear.
You guys are fucking drunk
Yeah.
by the time we rolled
It was
up.
so hot that day. It had to be above 100, right?
Yeah, it was because we recorded and we were about to record an app.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
for them, that was like their
sweating.
winter vacation, right?
I know.
It was
Yeah.
winter for them. They came out here and they just came to like hell. It was just so hot.
Oh, that was such a good trip though.
Melly's
Oh,
like, I
that was
don't
fun.
think they can hear you. I was like, I'm gonna fucking murder these guys. Like, it's hot, and I have to listen to fucking closing time.
Semisonic, baby. Semisonic. Speaking of upside
Like,
down.
if they weren't here from Australia, I would just
Yeah, we're gone. We're done.
Yeah.
Speaking of Australia and the upside down, I think I sent you guys the new Stranger Things Lego set.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Is Chris
So-
excited?
Yeah, the artwork showed both the upside and
Yes.
the upside down.
Uh-huh.
Is that how the Lego comes? Like
Yes.
you actually build it and put it upside down?
You can do both. So the whole thing is going to be, so you build one set with the trees on top.
Okay.
And you build another set and then they connect in the middle.
Do they?
And
That's
so
pretty cool.
the
Does it
trees,
stand up? Is it
the
freestanding?
trees are stands.
Nice.
So the trees are built flat. So you can flip it.
That's
And of
pretty
course,
cool.
since Legos stick together. Do you like
I was gonna
that?
say that's
Do you like that?
yeah.
I gave you an S in there.
And, is that a unique design? Like a
Yes.
new design?
I've never seen anything
where
like
they
that.
flip and go the other way.
Yeah, it's
Connect
really
either way.
cool. This, like, I love all the sets. Like, if you gave me a princess set, you gave me anything but Duplo, I'd be good. Like, I'm serious.
That
Like,
DJ, right?
yeah.
Who wears the Lego block on his head?
What's up? This is Duplo. Oh, that's great.
Duplo on the ones and twos.
And that's good. If you gave me any set, I'd be happy. I build it like any of the sets that my oldest gets. Like, I'm just stoked to help her build it. But like, there are sets that I get excited about, and this Stranger Things set, I'm really
So
excited.
this is like just a teaser. It hasn't been released yet.
has not been released yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and which is so
Are you going to
interesting.
buy the real Lego version? Or you
Of course, no,
the China Lego.
No, I have
Chego,
So I have
whatever they
it's
call it.
Lepin, and the Lepin's been
he knows it
yeah.
exactly.
No, Lepin's been rated. Like they between because of the escalating trade wars between. We're getting real fun right now. No, these are things I pay attention to.
Let's talk about intellectual property
Yeah.
law.
So anyway,
This is how deep Chris is into Legos. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He knows like
Yeah.
trade law,
would you like me to finish? Or do you
IP
wanna-
law. Yeah, I do. I actually am fascinated. I want to hear about.
I know, right?
About Lepin. Let's hear it.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Lepin is one of the biggest thieves of intellectual property. Like they're horrible. They've stolen so many things from Lego.
Yeah.
And so as part of the crackdown on that's the biggest thing. One of the big things between the trade war and our trade talks is the crackdown of theft of intellectual property. Lepin, of course, is one of the worst. They seized $35 million worth of bricks from Lepin. And so Lepin's shut down. But the only ones I bought are the ones that
Chris is like Googling, like, where is the,
I know,
the,
where
hol-
are
the
they?
holding
Yeah.
station?
I know I take them all.
now, weirdly, like things like the Star Destroyer are collector's items and are worth more than the actual
exactly.
Lego version.
No,
Yeah.
the thing about it is that I've only bought two because they don't sell them. The Nebulan Cruiser
Yeah.
was never sold by Lego. So if I was going to get it, I would have to do Lepin. So I
Yeah.
did through Wish.com. I know. I feel like some pervert that's like lurking on the internet.
You're
You're
worse
on a
than
list.
Corey pirating 3 years worth of
I
movies.
know, right? Yeah. But no. So the
I
Nebulon
paid for
Cruiser.
two of them. I
The
paid for two of them out of
I paid for
70 episodes.
Yeah.
3 movies per episode, roughly.
Yeah.
That's almost 210, but there's some we only did 2. So roughly,
Yeah.
let's say 200.
Well, then there's
movies.
some that we did 7.
Okay, so 210 movies,
Yeah.
roughly, right?
Yeah.
I paid for 2 of them.
I paid for.
So I only pirated 208. Okay, get the facts right.
All right.
I pirated.
Redeemed.
I paid for one.
Yeah.
Titanic.
Titanic is the one that I paid for,
The
yeah.
only one that I paid for. Everything else, we did pretty good about making. They're just available on streaming. That was really
You used to go to the library and just get the DVDs a lot.
at the very beginning. Yeah, I would get the DVDs because I just want to watch them at my leisure. Like you
Yeah.
guys, Corey, I know you very rarely watch them in one setting.
No, I have a hard time.
Yeah, you just can't. Yeah.
I feel exhausted when I do.
Finishing out the Leppin conversation.
When I force myself.
This one, the Star Destroyer, is $1,000 if I bought it for reals, and Lego retired it, so I could never get it. So I paid $125 and I got the Leppin brand.
If I were a lawyer or a judge, I'd say you were legally justified. If something's not available on the market,
that's it.
Getting a ripoff is that's fair
it.
game.
Everything else I bought. I buy outright because
no money was taken from Lego because they weren't selling it.
Exactly. That is how I justified it in my brain.
Yeah. Same with those 208 movies that I pirated. Like they weren't selling
No one
them.
was watching Troll 2.
Yeah, they weren't selling them, and so I went ahead and I pirated them.
That's so funny.
You know what it was a use it before you buy it. Or try it before you. That's what it is. Try it before you buy it. And so I was just trying the movie to see if I wanted to buy it.
If I want to own these for posterity, if I wanted to watch Samurai Cop with my child, eventually, which would be super awkward.
Here, son, this is a very important movie for my generation.
Ugh.
Well, you were probably the first person to see that obscure space movie, Avatar. So, I mean, that just wasn't available.
That was on TNT. I just recorded it on TNT. It's always playing on TNT. Now owned by Disney. Lee, he's been so great on Twitter. He says, just listen to your latest episode, Bag, like Star Trek, The Next Generation, all good things. I know the end has to come, but that does not soften the blow. I thank you all for being there, sharing good stories and great laughs. Don't mind the tears. They are tears of joy, not sadness.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We got a lot of these. And like, if you guys tear up, I would.
Yeah. Funny, not funny story like that.
Yeah.
That goodie bag dropped on Thomas's birthday.
Yes.
And he's like, it's
not good.
Yeah.
Thanks for the birthday gift.
I was like, happy birthday. Sorry for the really shitty present.
That's what he said too. Like, I don't like this present. I don't like it. The Dobish, Tony, he's been a Patreon supporter. He's put our stickers all over Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I says
somebody's going to find us one day and be like, oh, I'm going to check out this podcast.
Yeah. It's done.
You know what, though? We've got an excellent back catalog. Like, I look forward to going back and starting from the beginning and just listening to all our shows.
Well, here's the thing. We have 70 main episodes.
Yeah.
Plus however many special episodes, that many goodie bags, the musical episodes. Like there's
a lot out there.
There's almost 200 episodes out there.
Yeah. I don't have time for that shit. I still got like 110 Glass Cannon episodes to get
What's that? I'm sorry, what's that? Hey, our episode of Taz dropped. I know I texted you.
I haven't listened to it yet, but
I mean, I started to, and I'm like, oh, I remember all this.
I was there.
And they didn't.
Androids and Aliens will be in LA in October.
Better catch up.
Let's go check it out. No, I'm almost done.
Oh, you are? You almost got it?
They're currently like on episode 58, and I'm on like 52.
Oh,
so
okay. That's right.
I'll be there.
You know what? I'm getting mixed up with their Pathfinder.
Yeah,
so
that will take some
that's
time.
also like going around, like there's some live shows and stuff too. But yeah, I'm not even caught up yet. So
Tony says, one of the first podcasts I was hooked on and an inspiration as a fellow podcaster. You will be missed, my friends. Thanks, Tony.
High praise.
It's so nice.
Praise.
Brian, he's also from the Take Two universe. He says, a huge thank you to you guys for a great 3 years of really fun episodes. You gents will be missed. True podcast inspirations. Congrats on an amazing and incredibly successful show.
Guys, I'm going to start tearing up.
I know. These are all really sweet. What else we got here? Champa from Champa and Klein. He says, love this game. What game is he talking about? Final Fantasy 10-2. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Says, love this game. As a huge fan of all things Final Fantasy, this one was huge, and this was a huge and welcome change of pace from the regular games. Haven't played it since its initial release, but I really want to get it for the Switch. It comes out that like I would get a Switch for this reason.
Oh yeah,
I would totally play X2 again.
Like, is he just saying he hopes it comes out, or like is it planned?
I think it comes out on the Switch. Yeah. Mandy, who's been a fantastic Patreon supporter as well. She is so active on our social medias.
Yeah.
She's been great. So, Mandy, thank you so much for all your
Thank
support.
you.
Good luck with all the rest of your podcasts. He says, I loved it. And Final Fantasy X, Riku and Yuna are my faves. You would like both of them. They're both very fun. Do you remember when
they're great in just Final Fantasy X? I definitely recommend playing Final Fantasy X.
Do you remember when you could like translate the what were the name of the tribes that Riku was part of?
Dude, I don't know.
Do you remember?
I haven't played it. I do want to play this game again.
They were the scavengers, and like they had their own language, and you could translate it, and like that was a thing that was part of like the game. You could like try and find like what each symbol meant, which letter.
Yeah.
And like
that sounds familiar, but I don't
and
remember
if you
what they're
decipher
called.
them, you would get more. Oh my gosh, guys, I got to play right now.
I
gotta
definitely
play
like
right- I gotta play right now.
And they have been really good at bringing a lot of the Final Fantasy games and porting them over to PC.
Yeah,
And I think 10 is out, and they'll run little cells and stuff to put them, make them cheaper. But like,
I'm gonna get a Switch.
even the progression system in 10 was really cool. Remember, it was
the
like
sphere.
that,
It's the sphere system.
it was like mapped out,
Yeah.
and you could like everybody started in different areas, but you could like unlock certain
Yes.
gates and go in and like cross train to other classes.
Yes, it was
really
amazing.
Cool. Yeah,
because you had your normal. Everybody had like a class. Donnie, I just want you to play this game now, so we could have this conversation with you. I know you're not going to. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you had your own like class where like you had your own, but you could, if you spent enough experience points, break into other people's stuff.
yeah.
And this,
Interesting.
It was neat.
yeah, it was really cool. It's called the sphere system.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to play right now. I am going to get a Switch. So one of the things we're going to do with the bunker, it'll still like we'll still record. Obviously, I tell everybody like we're still ready to guest. Like we're all out. Donnie, of course, is still on Quitstorm. And we're gonna put one of our TVs in the TV that's in our room. We're gonna put it in here and behind you, and it's gonna be like a game room too.
Yeah,
so I want to get a Switch to go with it.
Cool.
And turn this into like where we can like stream Netflix and stuff. Because like in our room, it's just like it's not enough room. There's just not enough room for the whole family.
Yeah.
And she also says that Pain was awesome. Remember Pain from X2? She was the third.
I don't remember much about X2.
So here's
honestly.
X2.
All I
X2
remember from
only
X2 was
had
just dancing.
Yeah, X2 only had 3 characters, but you changed your outfit to have a different class. It was really cool. I really liked it. CJ says he's genuinely sad, but also had a really great time these past few years with you. And I'm just glad to know that CJ exists. It's
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
feel like through the podcast and other stuff that we've done, sort of derivative from the podcast, we've gotten to know CJ a lot better. And it's really cool.
He does exist. And speaking of CJ,
I still never seen him in
I
person.
don't know what he looks
it
like.
could still just be Donnie throwing his voice for all I know.
Hey guys, it's me, CJ.
It's a little too ambitious
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh, would that be hilarious if it's just a big long con?
Yeah.
The whole time it's just him.
And I'm actually Mary as well. So I designed the MGT logo.
I mean, Mary's great. Thank you so much, Mary.
Appreciate. Yeah,
That's such a
definitely
great
appreciate
logo.
that.
Remember our first logo? The clip art thing Elise made? I think it was great.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Elise, thanks, babe. You've been
Yeah,
amazing.
thanks for the early logo.
Yeah.
For sure.
She came in and gave us like a good luck. Good luck on your last episode, guys.
Yeah.
It was nice.
That was very nice, yeah.
Monty, of course, comments about the episode. Lots of great Clancy Brown talk. I just found out he is Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I did know that, but
okay.
it's funny. If you have not watched the Goldbergs episode, there can be only one Highlander Club. Stop what you are doing now and go watch it now. Go watch it now. It's season 6, episode 16. Do we need to know anything else about the Goldbergs? Actually, I've watched an episode and the mom is my mom. So it's a little weird. He says, now about that announcement. All good things must come to an end. When we worked together at Redacted, we formed a great friendship. I loved hanging out and gaming with all of you. It was hard leaving so many great friends behind in California when we moved to Texas. This show has been very special to me because every episode made me feel like I was just there chilling with you all again like the old days.
That's awesome.
I have enjoyed every episode and I have enjoyed getting to know Nan through the show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
High praise.
High praise.
Thanks, Mike.
So sweet. We've gotten so many of those and it's just, it will miss all of you. Most of you we're going to talk to.
Yeah.
We still text, but these conversations that we get to have together and then that continues out into the real world is honestly the best part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Monty and Corey started working at secret government facility like
Redacted.
within a month of each other, right?
Pretty close. Yeah. I know you and I were a month. I don't remember exactly when Monty started.
He was like maybe like a few weeks before you.
Okay.
So like they paired some of us up. They paired Monty and I up like my first day there.
You lucky
And
duck.
we're like, oh, we're both huge nerds. Like we've got plenty to talk about.
Right.
Such a swell guy. I'm bummed that we didn't get to hang out more with him. Like we got to game that one time when he came back to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
But I feel like we would have been really, really
Monty's
close.
really the only reason we started hanging out with you.
That's true.
We were like
Everybody's
doing
smart.
something. He's like, can I bring this guy from the third floor? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
If
That's
he'd
right.
stayed in California, this podcast might have had 4 hosts.
Yeah.
Or it would have been not me. So funny. Oh man, it's so good though. Oh man. It's hotline time.
Let's hit that hotline.
Oh boy.
No, when that hotline blings, it can only mean one thing.
Voicemail number.
Don't put them in numbers. Just say
That's it. That's voicemail number.
Hey, y'all. It's Sarai and Rue.
Sarai,
In the
what's up?
backseat. I don't know if you can hear her. And we just wanted to call and say hey. And that we really enjoyed your
Good Hopgar impression.
That was one of our favorites so far. As you know, that's one of our favorite all-time shows. So thanks for that. It was a nice change of pace. And then, just really quick, I just wanted to remind future Sarai to put laundry soap on the shopping list so that whenever you say this, I can be reminded to do that because I'm going to forget. Great. Bye.
bye.
That's legit dual purposing.
Yeah. I hope she forgets. And then I hope she, I reminded myself. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's great. She's been such a great support from day one.
Rue's been a fan like pre-birth since she was in the womb.
utero. Yeah.
She would kick every time our show was playing. Yeah. All right. Next voicemail. Is this Sarai again?
I think it's Justin.
Oh, okay.
What up, guys?
Justin. Yeah.
Justin, giving you guys a final call hotline to say, love you guys. We will miss you. I will miss you in my weekly rotation of movie talking. I know you're not dying, so if you guys ever want to talk movies, you're welcome to coming down here to LA, talk movies with us on So I Married a Movie Geek. Other than that, I'm gonna miss you guys, listen to you guys, but hopefully we can hang out and watch movies and it not seem like homework. So
Yes.
remember you guys, and I'll end with one of my favorite quotes from Jack Burton. He says, "Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, and keep the home fires burning. And if we're not back by dawn,
Call the president."
Love you guys. Later.
That's pretty good, Indy.
That was really good.
That was pretty epic.
That's how we.
voicemail.
I invited
I love
Justin.
that guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Justin's
Justin's
the best.
great.
Jack Burton or Justin?
And
Both.
I'm down for driving down and doing a guest podcast, a guest episode on your podcast. again.
Absolutely.
It was fun.
Yes. I was on with him last night to do for live stream for The Cure when we did Hollywood Hunks. And it's just so much fun to spend time with him. He's just the best. Remember when he came down for our
Comic-Con.
He came down for our Comic-Con.
surprises.
Came up.
Came up, yeah. I know, isn't it funny? No matter where you go, it's down.
No,
know.
I always do it correctly.
It's
If you're an alien and you approach our planet and you don't come in, oriented to our poles,
Came over.
Maybe it's down.
Yeah.
Maybe it's across. He came across.
Yeah. Or it could just be that most time you say came down. Anyway, love that guy.
Because he has to
so
come
much.
down from the grapevine.
I understand.
His elevation goes up and then back down. All right. Yeah. Thanks for that voicemail. Next voicemail.
That sounded so sincere.
Did it? See, I was talking about this the other day, and I need to coin a term. You guys have heard of resting bitch face?
Yeah. It's not a good one, but yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not a good one. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I think that I suffer the male version, which is like resting asshole tone. Like I say things and it just comes out in like an asshole kind of way. And I genuinely do not mean it that way.
Or it could be,
I'm just an asshole.
yeah.
That's what people think.
just
That's
saying.
why women who suffer from
Just
resting
saying.
bitch face, that everyone just thinks like, oh, she's just a bitch. She's really not. She just has that
Yeah.
face. I just have that tone. And
I like resting asshole tone.
Yeah, so I was trying to come up with
think it's just- I think
latent
we're
asshole
complicating
tone.
it.
I was kind of trying to come up with something cool, something different, but
Lat.
I realized like I'll say something and I'll say something to somebody, and I like as it goes out, I'm like, that's not how I intended that to be, but that's just how it's out, and I can't change it now, So anyway,
Yeah, I should work on that.
well, hopefully they make a pill for it.
I know, right? Yeah. Do you have LAT?
Latent asshole tone, I like
Yeah.
that. LAT, that's
Lat.
good. Yeah.
if you have empathy for more than 4 hours, consult a doctor.
Nailed it. That was so good. Instead of it turning blue, does Viagra make things blue? Don't you like, isn't that like a side effect?
The pill's blue.
No, but I think like one of the side effects, I was reading a Cracked article. One of the side effects is that like everything has like a blue hue.
This is not keeping it tight.
All right, let's move
You're
on.
right, yeah.
Next voicemail.
Chris, Corey, Johnny, it's your good friend Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Oh, Drew, what's up?
Guys, I want to thank you so
Brewski.
much for putting in the time, the effort, the passion for everything. For the laughs, the cries, the emotions, hey, and even the feels. You guys are amazing, and thank you for providing such great entertainment. Thank you for providing us your lives, your stories, and really just being there for everyone. Providing podfix, providing more gooder than, but definitely providing a place where us home trees can definitely feel safe and, you know, just like one of the guys. You guys are amazing, and thank you for definitely being an inspiration for myself, Nathan, and Jack, and allowing Real Feels to find a home. We definitely probably would not have gotten our show off the ground if we hadn't had a show like yours to be inspired.
Got all choked up, Drew.
A little bit pay homage to. So we're really going to miss you guys. Thank you for, again, the amazing time and the memories that you guys have provided for us. You're amazing. Hey, and don't forget, this is your first 4th tier home tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do. You got to. That's how you
Love you
promote.
guys. And remember, you are more good than that. You always will be.
Thanks, Drew. Those were some heartfelt
He said
words.
some really true things about us being better than everybody. That was my favorite part.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, that he was one of our first high tier.
He was
home
the
trees.
first.
Yeah.
Finish Him is still one of my favorite episodes.
That was a great episode.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, that was a good
He
one.
set the bar way high for Patreon.
Well,
But
for
yeah, that
fourth
helps us. It
tier.
set the quality
That's
so
it.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the Mike and Morgan episode, which was done on to be bad. All the episodes that we did for the Patreon rewards were all really good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed all the movies.
For sure.
Absolutely. The Nick Cage episode from Steve and Izzy, which, again, speaking of 4th tier patrons, Steve, Izzy, thank you so much. You've been so supportive. But even the Nick Cage episode was like, I'm really glad we watched them.
That one was super surprising for me. Like
Yes.
I was dreading it. Like I hate Nicolas Cage. And then we watched those. And I was like, oh wow, I enjoyed these movies in a way that I didn't think I would.
Even unironically, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got one of your best Vic picks, which was for what was it called? The detective. It was like a super long name.
I'm not going to say it. I
don't
know what it
remember.
is. It's Bad Lieutenant,
Bad
Port of Call,
Lieutenant,
New
yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah.
I've been watching True Detective, so that's I was in my head. I was like, True Detective. No,
True
no.
Detective, Port of Call, New
Agent.
Orleans.
No, what is it? Yeah, you're right.
That's
Bad
so good.
Lieutenant.
Thanks, Drew.
Man, that was good. Yeah, thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. Next, the voicemail.
Hey, MGT. This is Home Tree Tara, or
Tara.
as I'm known around these parts, Tara. Wanted to give you a shout and say thanks for getting me through the last 2 years of my life with all the quick wit and infectious laughter and random song singing. I
was going to say the first two are me. She hasn't really referenced Chris
I
yet.
wanted to hit on. Chris, I really enjoyed laughing with you, even though it's not directly in the room, but still, you make me laugh. So thank you for that.
So sweet.
And Corey, because of you, I now enjoy breaking out into random song at my desk, around my kids. They think
Nice.
it's hilarious.
Thanks.
And Donnie, I'll miss your quick wit and your quickies with Donnie. Those were always a good time. And wish you guys all the best in your future endeavors. And take care. See you from Colorado.
Thank you, Tara. That was very sweet.
I'm
I
trying to
actually
think
am
of something
actually really
snappy,
true.
a display of quick wit, but something is in my eye.
Is it a tear, Donnie?
These are really
Do you have a
guys,
tear stuck in your eye?
really touching,
He's
actually.
like, Chris, what do you do once you get this water in your eye?
Yeah.
Just
My
go
eyes
with
are
it.
all wet.
Just
What
go
is
with it.
happening?
Just go with it until it goes away.
Is there
It
a
always
pill I
does.
can take to dry my eyes out?
Yeah, Viagra. It turns everything blue.
All right. Next voicemail.
Hi, MGT podcast. So I was listening
Nate.
to the last episode, and Chris was yammering on about something in some game, something sports ball that
Sounds
characters
right.
are
All right,
playing in pretend universe. And anywho, something he said something about like machines, like machine, but machine. Anywho, it reminded me. Fun fact. So the Albanian
Yes.
word for automobile is
Okay.
machina, or singular
Okay.
machine. And
Okay.
it's interesting because car is actually Albanian for penis. So you can imagine all the puns that flow from
my
that.
car
You
is.
know, my car is so big, my car is so fast, look how many people fit in my car, that sort of thing. Anywho, love the podcast. Congratulations on picking a good spot to end. And take care.
There you go.
Bye.
Thanks. Hey, Albanian. You were asking what the name of the people were that Riku belonged to. They were Al something. It was Al.
Oh my gosh, you were right.
Yeah.
They're the owl. Oh my gosh. Okay,
It's
now-
right there. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
You can look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
All
It's
right.
like this.
Keeping it tight.
Well, no. Also, we can't stop there. What kind of gas mileage does your car get? Is that thing electric or is it diesel? Is it a hybrid?
Is it turbo powered?
Is it a hybrid? Right? Is it turbo? What kind of gears does it go into?
Yeah.
What kind of service do you need to do on your car?
When was the last time you had a lube job?
There you go. That was going for that
Boom.
one next.
There you go. Any more?
Al. Look it up, dude.
I am.
I'm gonna play the next voicemail.
Okay. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Al. The next word starts with a B.
Al Bashir. I don't know.
Albed.
Albed. Yes.
BHED.
When he said Albanian, I was like, that's it. It was something with an AL.
That's nice. That was really good.
Albed.
Did you guys know that the Albed word for penis is car?
Machina.
Oh, next voicemail.
Gotcha.
Hey, what's up, Chris, Corey, and Donnie?
It's Dave.
This is Dave Morgan, former Tier 7
sorry,
safety
I
con.
feel like an idiot.
Calling
It's a former.
late Friday night. I think I'm going to barely make it
You made it.
in time for your guys' last episodes. Just calling to say thanks for having me on as a guest. I'm going to miss hearing your guys' show come out every Wednesday.
Like clockwork.
And I think it was pretty cool kind of being a guest and seeing how hard it was to actually record, host, and it's a lot harder than it sounds. So I think you guys did a really good job. I like
sweet.
you guys' show obviously a lot. I'm going to miss listening to it, every week. Just thanks for everything, guys. Talk to you later.
Later.
I thought you meant Vizzini for some reason. I don't know. Of course, it's Dave Warren. Speaking of Dave, do you want to wait? He sent us gifts. Do you want
I think this is as appropriate of a time as possible.
Keeping it tight. Okay. So first off, we're going to go with Chris's gift since I'm just right here. And this might be one of the nicest things anyone's ever given me. A Lowe's gift card.
Nice.
Because
who gave this to you?
This is Dave Morgan.
Oh, Dave. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Dave Morgan.
Oh, so when you said Chris's gift, I didn't know who you meant.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
this
you
is
meant
Chris's
like
gift.
Chris Green or something. Okay.
He gave me a Lowe's gift card.
Nice.
Because I do
You're
a lot of
always working on the house.
I'm always working on something. This would have come in handy yesterday.
That's awesome.
Because I was just at Lowe's. So I
Maybe
will go.
that's why he
Now you have
loves
a reason to go
Patreon so he
back.
could buy us gifts.
I know. Actually, he did say that. He said, I'm going to buy you guys something. It's like, well, you've been very generous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's given us
so,
a lot of money.
Donnie, this is for you. Okay.
It's
From
like
Dave Morgan.
ridiculously generous.
Yeah, I know. Now he's being extra generous.
This is heavy.
It's very heavy.
It looks like a dice bag.
Are they like bone dice or something or metal
These
dice?
are great gifts, by the way. So
They fit everybody perfectly.
I texted him like, I'm pretty sure I know what goes to who.
I'm already super jealous of
these
both
are
of your
some
guys'
nice
gifts because I could
dice.
totally
Are
use,
they metal?
I could use a
I
Lowe's
believe
card
so.
and I like dice, so I'm jealous of your guys.
I
One's
know,
gonna
right?
be great.
Yours is really good. You're going to
This
like it.
doubles as a blackjack. Like I could knock somebody the fuck
Those
out
are
with this thing.
sweet.
Those
Check
look
these
cool.
out.
Oh, are they got the white on the
Thank
sides?
you,
See,
Dave.
I
These
love
are
that
Dave.
black and white
You mind
contrast.
if I take one out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Go for it, Chris.
Oh man, that's so cool. So I'll post pictures of them, but they're metal, and then he's got that like stainless steel, but then the blank spaces are filled in white.
I'm starting to have
That's
like an
cool. Toss me
awesome
one, right?
dice
I wanna see.
collection.
You want?
I want to see them. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna toss them. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
I got.
Don't hurt him or
Don't
break
hit
the
the
computer.
Right through my hand.
Good job there, Gronkowski. Did you the one
Plastic was slippery.
one
that,
time-
that one came out.
Okay.
I love four-sided die. They're so cool.
Four-side dice are my favorite.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The caltrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you throw if you're doing the Home Alone at
Those
S-Heist.
are
If you're
so
running
tight,
from
man.
somebody pursuing you.
Those are really cool, right?
So that's how I catch perfectly. I drop it and it slides right into my hand.
I mean, Dave, great
All right.
taste,
I can't
man.
wait to hear mine. Let's see what
Don't
mine
you guys
is.
want to? I want a game with Dave because he's
Sure.
He's
He's not from town though, right?
No, he's from town. He lives. Yeah, ready?
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. He said he had to drive into town.
Yeah.
Because
He lives close to you, actually.
Yeah, he lives in,
Okay,
in
ready?
Bakersfield.
You excited for this?
Oh, I know what this is. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good one. Like
this plastic.
he's a good gift giver.
Yeah.
Tight. So it's a T-shirt and it says Foxcatcher Wrestling.
Yeah, hold it over here. Let me see the front.
yeah.
Oh, that's so
so good.
cool.
Awesome.
That's a good one. Let me take a picture.
That
of it.
is great.
Yeah. That's a great.
It's a nice shirt too.
Yeah, it's a really
Very
nice shirt.
It's blue. It's my favorite color.
Oh man, that's cool.
Perfect.
Jeez, Dave, that's really good, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, that's good.
Dave, you're awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go Lowe's today, so I'll get to use our stuff.
Thank you, Dave. I will either game or hurt people with these dice,
or both,
or both.
If you don't like your throw, if you don't like your dice rolls, just chuck it at somebody.
Right.
It was a nat 20. As it gets stuck in there. Thanks, Dave.
That's so cool.
I mean, the only 7th tier home tree we've ever had.
Right.
And when he dropped out, he felt really bad. He did.
It's hard to sustain
It
that.
is.
Yeah, I mean,
can't. That's so much money.
Yeah,
one can
nobody
blame him.
expected him.
No,
to,
no
like-
one expected him to just keep going. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, dude. Next voicemail.
As we go
Morgan.
on, we remember all the times we had to
I wish I knew the lyrics to the song. I'd sing with
Am I
her.
supposed to do something?
Yes, this is the
That's Mike
interlude
too.
part.
Oh,
Do it.
I don't know the words.
We're gonna go into. I don't want to wait.
I want to know right now. How does it end?
Yes, Mike. Get it.
In the arms of
The angels. I know that one.
Gosh, you guys are gonna have to pay so many royalties for all these songs we're singing.
Alexander Hamilton.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Anyway, hey, good boys.
Good boys.
We love you so much. This
Oh, it's
is
Mike and Morgan.
Yeah. we got that.
We picked up on
Yeah.
that.
the Bad Reception podcast. But on a more serious note, we are very, very sad. Very quickly, you guys rose up the ranks up to the level of a Mavim Bam for us.
Dang.
So,
Whoa.
Love
High
you guys.
praise.
It's been awesome listening to you. All three of you, Chris, Donnie, Corey.
The other one. Just kidding.
Jerry. Remember Jerry?
Yeah.
Anyway, happy trails, and we hope to have you all on the airwaves
Yeah,
very
you're-
soon.
Your casa is Sue Casa on our podcast. We love you. Goodbye.
What?
Your casa is
Yeah,
so
right.
casa.
So our house is our house.
Yeah. That
Sounds legit.
before you go,
Go.
Go, go.
Go to them.
That's good. Oh, what an awesome voicemail.
That's so
God,
good.
that
All of
my,
these
my
have been
face hurts
amazing.
from smiling so hard.
Oh shoot, my Bim Bam level.
Right?
Speak real quick. Dave Morgan. I finally got him to listen to some McElroys, and he's like, "Okay, these guys will replace you."
Yeah.
basically, which is good. I mean, that's you gotta. Yeah.
That's awesome if like we're on that same level, if we're equated to them. Like,
Oh man, that's really high praise.
yeah. Awesome. All right. Next voicemail.
Yo, it's Morgan again.
Hey Morgan,
I
we knew it
just
was
wanted
coming.
to take a quick moment and thank the great and powerful Nan, and let her know that if she wants to have her own podcast, that she should hit me up. Anywho,
Yes,
see you around.
Nan, did you hear that?
Bye.
Yeah, that's for you, Nan.
That's for you,
You got
Nan.
an invitation.
Being called out. Oh, I listened to a Nan Morgan podcast.
I produced the Nan podcast. Yeah.
It's Morgander Nan.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a second. That was really good. It was a really good name. So good. I listened to that in a heartbeat.
Was some Donnie-esque quick wit.
Yes, yes. Every so often, I'm not a complete moron.
All right. Next voicemail.
Hey, more gooder than. This is Lee.
Hey,
First
Lee.
time calling in. Last time calling in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tried to come up with something humorous to say, but I'm not that
Hard.
witty of a man.
It's harder than
So
it
I'll
looks.
just stick
You're
with
no
the
Donnie.
heartfelt.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for what you've done, for the sacrifices that you may have had to do to do
Right.
this show.
Right in the feels.
During your run, I have been moved from first shift to third shift and from third shift to second shift. You were there in the emptiness in third and the loneliness of second. Bringing me last and introducing me to some movies that I wouldn't have watched I wouldn't have watched on my own.
Oh.
Some of them become my favorites, like Quigley Down Under,
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Babadook, and Eternal Sunshine.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Great. Very cool.
Some of your shows have been some of the best podcasts I've listened to. Your music edition and
Somebody liked the music editions.
Rinse and
Yes.
Repeat. That was a great show. I also wanted to thank you for making us fans feel like we're a part of the show. You know, with picking the movies. the hotline, reading comments and tweets. You read 2 or 3 of them on, and when you did, I'd play them for my wife, and then I'd tell her I co-hosted with you guys.
Yes.
Nice.
I guess not anymore.
Oh.
What might seem small and trivia to some is of great importance to another. And I thank you, gentlemen, for that.
Well, you're welcome, man.
Yeah. Lee just won voicemails.
Just like
Lee and
Star Trek
Drew
Next
both.
Generation, all good things must come to an end. I just want to thank you guys.
I'm going to cry.
This is Lee from Missouri. Good night and goodbye.
Godspeed, Lee.
Jeez, Lee.
Godspeed.
You're making me cry, bro.
All right.
Like,
oh, that one was real. That one was tough.
it's one of
That was sentimental.
that was like, and I guess it makes, I've heard people say that about other shows, and where they talk about getting through dark times,
Sure,
and everything.
it's
and
touching to think that
like, we get to do that.
Our drivel could do that for people.
Ugh.
Thanks
I'm trying not to cry. Actually, this is so touching.
Thanks to Lee and Drew, like my heart grew 2 sizes today.
That's really, you should really go to the doctor.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
Yeah, it hurts a lot. Like
so
I'm in
painful.
excruciating pain.
Coming out of his heart.
Remember when we did Alien? That was good. Okay.
Oh man, we did Aliens. Did we do
both.
Alien?
We did both.
Did we do Alien?
Yeah.
Alien
We did
versus Predator.
We did with Dave.
That's right.
Dan, sorry.
That's right.
Speaking of Dan, real quick, he said, "Wow, I really wish I would have read that text."
Why didn't he not? Why did he not listen to it?
I even talked about it with Winter. He's just like, he's the worst at returning text.
He's got a bunch. He's like my mom. He's got 540 messages.
Probably,
unread.
yes.
That's terrible. All right. Gosh, it's hard to follow that one. I think we should just be done with voicemails now. We still have a lot more.
Yeah.
Next voicemail.
The last time.
Hey, this is Zach. First time caller. Long
No
time
way.
listener. And I'm really sad that you guys are leaving, but everything's got to come to an end, right?
Yeah.
And to celebrate how much you guys mean to me and that you guys are leaving, I'm now going to sing the entirety of Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On.
I love Zach so much.
Please do. Is he going to do it? I think I have time to go to the bathroom.
He does not sound like Carl Urban.
I know. Wait, is he really going to do it?
Every night in my dreams, I see you. I see you. That is how I know.
Is it that long?
You.
Is he doing it?
Go on. Far across the distance and spaces.
Oh my gosh. Everyone go listen to Dungeons and Dragons.
You have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Go on. Once more, you are. And you're here in my heart. And my heart will go on and on.
That was amazing.
You guys don't want to hear the rest. But I'm gonna miss you guys. I harm trees.
Oh
yeah, that was awesome.
That cost him money.
Yeah, to call us.
He had
long
to
distance.
pay money to call us to do that. That was amazing.
He obviously is generous and likes to share his money with us anyways. He's been a longtime supporter of the show.
And we just love him. Like,
yeah, he's an awesome person.
Because he's like, he's on one of our top 5 favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
For sure.
A couple of months ago, where Melly and I were having dinner with my dad, and he goes, "Man, I've never been to Australia. I'd like to go. Do you guys want to? Do you guys want to go to Australia next summer? I was like, only if we can go to Melbourne and Perth.
Right?
They are on opposite sides.
Yeah, somehow we got to make that happen.
I know. If we went to Melbourne, we got like Duty and of course
Dan,
Fuzzy and Dan
Brad.
and Brad and like the rest of the Shaking Out Nerd guys. But on Perth, we got the whole Drongos team plus the Countdown team if we want to go to Perth. So we really could do both.
Just need to do like a month-long tour of Australia.
Yeah,
it'd take that long to
basically do what
to walk about across.
Walk about.
Bradley J and Fuzzy Dan did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I don't know how. Like, we don't get those kinds of vacations in America. Like, we don't get the time, and neither do we get enough money to do that.
Yeah.
Well, like he literally toured all of the United States for like 2 months, right?
Here's what it is. There's a lot to do in America. There's a lot to do.
There's equally amount.
No.
There's a lot in Australia.
Every day you're like trying to
It's
not
different
die.
things. It's different things, but it's
No,
there's a lot.
I do want to go. Honestly, I want to go to New Zealand so I can visit the Shire and then pop on over to Melbourne. And then, vocal fry.
It's your last chance. Let's do it. Donnie, get some vocal fry in there.
Yeah, that's it. Lost every. What are they gonna do? Stop listening?
Yeah, exactly right.
Real fucking.
If you guys haven't got it by now, this is gonna be a long goodie bag.
It is.
Buckle up, home
We
trees.
still have quite a few voicemails to go. So speaking of, let's go to the next.
Get tight.
I'm more gooder than Chris, Corey, and Donnie. It's Paris.
Oh,
I'm so sorry
my
it
day
took
is
me
made.
to your
I know,
final
it's so great. Zach in Paris.
mini episode for me to call the hotline. My excuse is that I've never actually called anywhere international before, and my whole experience with international phone calls is based off that one episode of The Simpsons with the dollar reviews and all that. So I was really scared to do it. But yeah, I just wanted to congratulate you guys on an amazing run. I love listening to you guys and wish you all the best for the future. And I wanted to do something really special. I hope no one's done it yet. I've been practicing, but I'm now going to sing the entirety of My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Oh my God, that's too good.
Oh, they're too good of a couple. It's too funny.
That is too funny.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Zach stole my idea, but I'm sure I'll come up with something else.
Oh, Zach, was that Zach in the background?
Maybe I'll
I think
post it
so.
on the Facebook group. But thank you so much, guys. You're the best. Bye.
God, I love them so much.
I want to hang out with them so
I
bad.
know.
Imagine
Oh
just
my God.
like what it would be like in their house. Just like
I'd just be frozen with terror because I was like seeing like
I'm gonna laugh
like
too hard.
celebrities. Like
I'm gonna laugh too hard. Oh my gosh! I just peed my pants the third time.
I'd be intimidated to hang out with them because like it would just make me think, wow, like Melly and I thought we were a cool couple.
no, right?
Now that
so
we've
funny.
seen what a cool couple is like.
She's like, oh, I'm just gonna do some cosplay today, and Zach's gonna like photograph me, make these really awesome photos.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Nothing. We're gonna like watch.
I build
Game of
things.
Thrones.
I build things. That's
We watched a couple episodes of The Expanse and went to bed.
Oh hey, have you ever heard of The Expanse, Corey?
Oh no, is it good?
No, it's garbage.
You know what, Chris? No,
What else we got? These are amazing.
I know.
Hey,
like,
you know what, guys?
I'm gonna
Let's not end the show because let's
gonna
just
be
do
so
this.
exhausted after this
Oh,
show
my
because I'm
gosh,
be
yeah.
emotionally drained
Well,
from
we
laughing
have
and
to
crying.
end the show. We can't be like, this is our farewell tour.
We're not Kiss.
And then,
Come
like,
back,
oh, yeah, we liked all the attention, so we're back.
These just keep getting better and better.
Give me the cash.
Next voicemail.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Chris from Podcast
What's up,
42.
DeVos?
It's going to be hard to believe that
Chris.
my future kids are going to grow up in a world where there'll be no more new episodes.
It's really sad.
More gooder than. Sorry to see you guys go. Great show. Maybe you'll come back in the future.
One
I
can
don't
always
know.
dream.
That's what it would be.
Peace out. Bye.
Maybe a dream
we're
within
still
a dream.
we're still guesting. We can always guest. Yeah, that was great.
We were discussing earlier, like there were episodes that we never did that we wanted to do. We could always do like a Podfix one-off. Like here's a.
I do know the guy who runs Podfix.
Yeah,
I do know that guy.
We've got an in.
Yeah. So, I couldn't even write these down, but like literally any podcast that we've ever interacted with ever has sent us a message.
Yeah.
If you ever want to guest, we want you on.
Yeah.
So if it's the only one that didn't, Dungeons and Dragons, which is in the end.
There's some technical difficulties there.
In the end, it's really the only one
that we really want to be on.
I mean, that's not true. We every single
Talk
one.
about being intimidated about going on another show. I would be so intimidated if they could make it work technically to be on that show, because it's so fast and rapid fire, and like
we could do it.
There's so many like Australian specific references that like
we have learned all of them.
I don't get what they're talking about, but it's still really funny. And then like they come back at the end of the episode to explain it. But
also mechanically though, if you have like a game podcast, like you've got characters and a story, you can't put you can't squeeze a guest in there.
I did it one time
with Jacinda on sometimes, or some
but
other
they do
some other people, but they already podcast together and work out the characters.
It was really hard. We did it for Lawful Stupid, who sent us those fantastic potions, the health potions.
Yeah, got that sitting up on my shelf in my house.
It was
me too.
It was it's right above your head. Yeah. Honestly, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done was come in to guest on their show.
An RPG show.
When I'm just like a one-off. Like, okay, can I like ruin canon here?
Right.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to shoot all you in the head.
Yeah, right.
Show over. You just don't want to be that guy. And then, of course, the problem that we always have to worry about is we're going to be better than everybody. And so then everyone will be really sad when we're not on there.
I've seen you play RPGs. I don't think you need to worry about that on Dungeons and Dragons.
That's a lie. I'm fantastic and charismatic. I know you're lying. Apparently, though, I am more realizing it now. Apparently, we're pretty good because a lot of people are telling us this.
I know. Maybe we shouldn't have quit after all, guys.
I know. Well, we didn't think that anyone liked us. That's why we stopped.
Yeah.
That's not true.
We're feeling down on ourselves and pretty insecure, so we decided to just quit.
Yeah.
But now we find out that we're loved.
I haven't felt insecure in like 20 years. Yeah. It's pretty great.
What is that?
Insecure?
Donnie's like, I've never felt it.
Insecure.
Huh.
All right, next voicemail.
Hey, MGT, this is Thomas, otherwise known as Pox from the Crit Storm podcast.
Plug.
I just want to say thank you for all the great episodes that you've given us, all the entertainment you've given us. We're going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to appreciate having Donnie on a more regular basis now for our podcast, which maybe we'll let you and let Chris and Corey come in on.
Apparently I suck at RPG podcasts.
Yeah, thanks for the great episodes. Thanks for the friendship, and I'm looking forward to come seeing you guys again soon. Formerly 661.
Yeah, baby.
661. Represent.
No, that's not right. Formerly 805.
That's fine.
Well, he's formerly 661.
Yeah.
So he's right.
Miss you.
Bye, buddy. Thomas is one of those, the definite perks of being in a podcast, because like we actually got a real friend.
Yeah.
Like not an internet friend.
Regot for me.
Yeah, Regot for you.
He's already a friend of Donnie's. Yeah. He's come and gamed with us, hung out at my house.
Met his child.
Ate my food. Yeah, he felt comfortable enough with us to bring his child and let her run around my neighborhood with my kids.
She
climbed
died.
my tree.
She died. It's a very bad mistake.
That's pretty lowbrow there.
Oh yeah, sorry.
His episode was really good too.
Yeah, I'm trying to, what did he do?
I
know it was good.
He did Flights of Fancy.
Yes.
And then he did the music episode.
With
those were great. Yeah.
Daryl.
DARYL.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what did we? Oh my gosh, that's right, Daryl. I forgot that bit. That was a funny bit.
Yeah.
That was really good.
It's been 3 years.
What did
guys.
the D
There's
stand
so much.
for?
Like dominatrix.
No.
Anthrax.
Is robotic life.
You're saying what
youth
it actually,
life form. Yeah. But it was something
Oh,
robotic
that's right,
youth
yeah.
life form. Data analyzing
Data
robotic
analyzing,
youth life
There
form.
it is. Yeah, data analyzing.
We've done so many bits that over 3 years that it's like you think you're going to remember them all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Next voicemail.
Love you, Thomas.
Hi, Chris, Donnie, and Corey. May you please not quit? I can't even.
May you please?
My kids do that and it drives me nuts. I'm really sad that you guys are ending your show. I started listening with the very beginning shows, and from a fellow stay-at-home dad out here in Atlanta, I wish you all the best in your next activity.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That's so sweet.
Thanks, man.
He was. This is Daniel. He even tweeted says, "Wait, I didn't say my name, but I sent in a voicemail." So,
all right, thanks, Daniel. Next voicemail.
Hey, fellas, this is Paul. And I just wanted to congratulate you guys because you did 70 episodes of a really, really terrific podcast that I'm going to miss so much. I'm grateful that it existed because I made really good friends in this podcast, through this podcast. The listeners, that listened like I did. And that was the most valuable thing for me, other than listening to Chris Brayton laugh. That was the best thing ever. So I'm looking forward to whatever you guys do next. Love all three of you. Thank you so much for the podcast, and take care.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
I message Paul probably at least once a day.
Yeah.
Feeling very chomosexual right now.
That's great.
Dang, we're coming with some bangers. That's a chomosexual.
Paul's awesome. I love all of his online presence. His
online
stuff
presence
online,
is fantastic. Yeah, he's so good.
Oh man, this is tough, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Usually, I rarely get on Facebook. I've been trying to do it more, but usually one of the first things I check is what's Paul been
What's Paul doing?
Yeah.
Checking in with Chomo.
He ate a scorpion.
That's a good podcast right there.
Checking in with Chomo.
Just reading his
What's up, chomosexuals?
For free. Yeah.
You already gave you a name. We already gave you a name for people. Donnie gave you 2 names
All
for
right.
things. Yeah. Have Donnie on.
I know what my next podcast is.
There you go.
Checking in with Chomo.
If you don't do it soon, we're going to. All right.
A 5-minute podcast. A 5-minute podcast.
It's just like reading his social media posts.
Okay.
No, but it would be a great 5-minute podcast, just sort of recapping the biggest things that happened in the week and just getting his take on it. Checking in with Chomo.
We have you guys all have friends on social media that's like you watch them because they're train wrecks. Yeah. And they're just like, I'm not really friends with them, but like they post stuff about their life that's just about their train wreck of a life. You just can't look away.
Yeah.
Come on, season 8 of this drama. Like I can't not see what happens in the end. But we have a friend, and this person, I'm not quite sure if they listen or not, so I'm going to keep it chill. It's not you if you're wondering.
Yeah.
If you think it's you, it's probably not you. Don't worry about it.
And certainly if you've called in with a voicemail, it's certainly not you.
It's definitely not you. But they post how much they hate their kids, how much they hate their husband. Like it's bad.
Oh.
And so anyway, I wanted to start a podcast where I just read this person's messages on Facebook, especially because they are. I'm going to show you guys, but like there are multiple people in this world that have like text groups about, hey, did you see that post today? Where they're just ping ponging back and forth on Snapchat of like screenshots of this person's posts, and like they are epically
that's funny
vinegary. It's amazing.
That's funny.
Check in with Chomo. TM.
Next, possibly last voicemail.
I don't want them to end. Bench girls.
Oh, you guys, this is Two Girls on the Bench. This is Trisha. And this is Trisha. Cold, so she sounds kind of weird. Anyways, we will miss you so much, and we just want to say thank you for all the support, and we don't know what we're going to do without you guys.
No.
Anyways, good luck in whatever's coming in the future, and we love you.
Oh man,
we love you,
you too.
Okay.
We love one of you. Because
only one of you.
Only one of you is this.
We're still benchlings.
We are still benchlings, That's so good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dang it. That's so good.
I need to lay down.
I do need to go night-nights. Oh, geez Louise. Well, thank you. I mean, honestly.
Thank you, seriously. That was the highlight of my day, my week, my month. Like, that was awesome.
That's the highlight of the show for me. Like, that means that everything we did.
The highlight of my 3 years.
Oh, my gosh. That makes that, honestly, when Lee was saying it, thank you for the sacrifices. Like, that makes every time we gave something up to do the show.
He nailed it with that comment.
Dang it, that is.
Because we did, we sacrificed a lot. and not only us, but our families had to sacrifice, to give the time up.
Jeez Louise, that's really this is too touching. Actually,
it is.
I almost don't want to record the final. Let's just turn off the lights.
I know, and just
closing time.
No.
You don't have to go
I will
home,
walk
but you
right
can't stay here. Join in, Brad and Dan. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. That sounded really good. That was good.
As we go. I don't know. What's the Boys and Men song?
I don't know.
Memories.
Yeah. They did a Yesterday cover that was really good too.
I don't remember the lyrics, but
that's good too. In the I know there were a lot of singing, and I didn't really sing along, and it was hard not to.
I know.
Oh, Nan's Corner. So pour yourself a nice glass of sarsaparilla. Sit in a rocking chair. Cuddle up with a nice blanket, because it's time for Nan's Corner. For the last Nan's Corner, Nan said, well, dadgum, I have been in the kitchen for hours making soul food, which apparently you're going to ingest tonight.
Sure am.
Can I come over?
Nope.
Dang it.
Oh, dang.
I missed out, but I must say it's been a joy listening to and being a part of your MGT journey. Happy trails, you guys. You rock.
You rock, Nan.
I'm going to go on down that old town road.
Yeah. Nan's been a cornerstone of this show from really early on.
No more. I know, Nan. She's been since the beginning.
She wanted to go to Jay's place for Mother's Day, but they were super busy.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up all me, my mom and dad, and Melly we ended up going to Black Angus. But after that, and we had really good steaks. But she was like, I still want soul food, so that's what we're having.
She's making it.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
So she's singing it right now? Oh, that's so good. And that was Nan's Corner.
It's gooder than.
More Gooder Than is proud to be sponsored by Range Outdoors. Range provides high quality and stylish apparel for people who want to, as they put it, go be free. They are a group of fishermen, climbers, backpackers, hunters, mountain bikers, and outdoor enthusiasts that want to help conserve and protect the environment they love for our future generations. They give their time and donate a portion of proceeds to conservation efforts. Head to range-outdoors.myshopify.com to check out their entire catalog.
It's gooder than.
Okay. So we talked about having some questions that we wanted to ask for this, and since we're just going crazy on here.
Real quick before let me start you over.
Oh, okay.
You got to say this is MGT Light?
I thought I did.
I don't think you did.
I said it before I said Nan's Corner.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I said it before. All right, I'll say it. MGT Light?
MGT Light.
MGT Light. Okay. So this is our last episode, obviously. And so we had some questions that I wanted to ask you guys. And
we didn't have time to get to them.
Didn't have time to get to. Yeah.
Night, everybody.
Yeah. What are your 3 favorite EPs that we've done? And if you do more than 3, that's fine. But what are your 3? Corey, what are your 3
You know
EPs?
how I have a hard time picking favorites. Because I love a lot about everything.
Yeah.
But I think no, have Donnie go first.
Okay, Donnie. Just off the top of your head, what's your favorite episode we did?
Hard to pick.
It's really hard, right?
I mean, it was the milestone episode, so I would finish him. Was our first Patreon episode.
Very good choice. I like that. Good job,
the
Drew.
movies were so ridiculous. We had a lot of fun with that. The first Rickman episode was a fucking train wreck. I don't know if we were recording at night but we kept getting off topic, and it was just a disaster. But it was funny. So those 2. Third, I don't know. Tough call.
I mean, so mine, I've been thinking about it a lot. And so one of them for sure is the Nailed It episode. Nailed It had The Thing and Halloween.
Okay.
And They Live. And one of the things is that I didn't know how great The Thing was. Yeah. And it was a horror movie. And then same thing with Halloween. It's one of those ones that showed me how good things could be if they're done right. for horror, and then sci-fi horror, of course, too. For The Thing is more sci-fi, but that one was an incredible one. And then also I want to go back to the Wizard of Oz's episode, and that was with Babadook and Predestination. Like same thing, horror movies that were really good.
Yeah,
and then it goes, of course, and I want to go back again to the Nan episode with Let the Right One In, Don't Breathe, and like
That
those
was
were
good.
incredible films, and like it showed me. So those three completely changed my look on an entire genre. Now there were much funnier episodes, of course. I mean, like we always talk about the episode Gringo Saves the Day. It like really like captured it. Our Cokefield Fantasies and Stuffing of Nightmares episodes were really good. You know, like those type of ones. Some of those, of course, later ones. Of course, some of them are just incredible. We had some fantastic ones, but of course, I really think the funniest episode we ever did was the one with Cody and the Tombstone Wide Earp.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I think that's our funniest step. Like I laughed so hard, my face hurt.
Yeah. So when you were saying like what my favorites were, like I was thinking like, okay, there's some episodes where we did like movies that I really loved, like Tarantino best Quentin movie or whatever that was titled. Like that was like movies that I absolutely loved. I don't know if we had great laughs on that episode, because then there's the episode. What was the best episode? And I think that probably the one that Cody came and guested on was probably my favorite episode. But there's just so many good ones. I mean, there's special things that we did too. Like, I know not everybody loved it, but I really thought that it was pretty clever and a lot of fun to do our 2-year anniversary episode where we released a different version of the same episode 7 days in a row. I thought that was really cool. I liked when we did the Harry Potter episode where we had watched was it 8 movies? Was it 7 or 8?
8.
It's 8, yeah. Like that was cool. I enjoyed watching all the Harry Potters just back to back to back. So it's a lot of really fun stuff that we did. Each subsequent episode was my favorite. I loved them all.
Each more favorite than the last.
Each more gooder than the last.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we did it. We said it. Okay.
Yeah, Cody was freaking amazing.
That was a really, really, really good. It was just a really good episode. Okay. Next question. Let me go on to
From
that.
the clearly organized Chris.
No, there's a lot. I was trying to cram into this, so there's a lot going on. Besides the 3 that we picked, where we picked Roadhouse, Brick, and Rogue One, there are so many movies that we could have picked. There are so many.
Yeah.
What were name like 3 that you wish we would have got to? Obviously, we picked Roadhouse, Brick, and Rogue One for reasons that we will explain in the main episode. They're not even our favorite movies that we just like. They were ones that I would be sad if we missed them out. But what are some ones that you...
I ended up going with Brick over, because I was initially going to do History of Violence.
Right.
Or Eastern Promises, because we never did a Viggo Mortensen episode. I always wanted to do something like that, but I couldn't think of a third one to go with those 2. There's other good Viggo Mortensen movies, but not quite like there. It almost needed to be a guest episode, because those 2, it's Viggo Mortensen, David Cronenberg, like those 2 are thematically similar or tonally similar. So I was going to go History of Violence, decided on Brick instead. But that, definitely one of those 2, especially if you guys had, like, I also kind of wanted to do one that you guys hadn't seen. I figured you guys wouldn't have seen
That's what
Brick.
I wanted to do too, Corey.
History of Violence. I know you hadn't seen it. I don't know if you've seen History of Violence.
I was really hoping that's what you were going to do. Here's the thing.
Watch it. It's worth watching.
I
It's
have a lot to say
movie.
about Brick, for sure. But like, I'm glad that we did it. Yeah. It was good.
So I think there's a ton. I honestly could list probably dozens of things that I wish we would have done. A lot of this show was like sharing, like sort of nostalgic feelings about movies that we were watching as a kid.
Yeah.
Share them with, you guys if you hadn't seen them, or like just reminiscing about that kind of that thread between all of us that we all shared, for things that we had in common. One that was one of our character studies that, we do, like the Bill Pack Explosion or the Alan Rickman. I really wanted to do something with Eddie Murphy, because he was a kind of a big part
so
of my
funny, and that's one of the
was
reasons.
The thing is we always avoided comedies, and so I wanted to do something with Eddie Murphy because he was a big part of my upbringing, and so I wanted to do an episode where we did The Golden Child, which is he's funny in it, but it's a serious movie.
I was really pushing for that one.
I know, because I wanted to do it as a trio.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do The Golden Child, a trio, The Golden Child, Beverly Hills Cop, and Coming to America. Like those movies, just when I think back to like my young self, like 7 or below.
I've seen 2 out of 3 of those.
Just watching those movies was like a big part. My dad was a huge fan of Eddie Murphy. My dad was very similar to Eddie Murphy, just like a very funny black guy. So it's like there's this very warm feeling for me. So I wanted to get to that. We never did. Again, because we were always trying to avoid comedies, and they kind of verged on comedies.
Absolutely.
But there's so many things when I look back through we had a shared note. We had a calendar where we went
through most of them.
So we did do a lot of them, but we wanted
we wanted to
do a trio. Remember of Mary Steenburgen, because she tweeted at us one time.
That's right.
So we wanted to do one for her.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do a Daniel Day-Lewis episode where we watched Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood, and then maybe like Lincoln.
We didn't have 12 hours to watch.
Exactly. It was always just so prohibitive time-wise.
I can't watch Lincoln
And I did
again.
Gangs of New York with Dan for
that's right.
who's like the puns and
Didn't care for it.
Nah.
Yeah.
We did Gangs of New Jack City.
That's
and
Gangs of New Jack City. That's
New Jack
right.
City was way better.
Yeah.
Mine I even mentioned it. I would have loved to have done Jaws. I think Jaws is one of the greatest movies ever made. It's one of the movies that holds up.
That was
the
one
most.
of your first picks for this last episode.
The other one was The Rock with Nick Cage and Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I think it's the most.
I thought you'd pick that for this last episode.
I was thinking about it. It's just like I just like it too much.
Yeah.
Roadhouse has
kind of wish you had.
No, here's the thing. I did not pick Roadhouse because it's a great movie. I picked Roadhouse because there's crap to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is I want to be able to talk.
Mission accomplished.
I want to talk a lot about it because I find it very entertaining for how bad of a movie it is. And so that's what I want to talk about. It's really good.
The other one? Are you done? Okay.
And then I wanted to do The Rundown with The Rock and
It's a good movie.
Not enough people talk about The Rundown, and it has some of the best action sequences
Never heard of it.
any movie.
What's that guy's name? He was in American Pie.
Sean,
the funny guy. Sean, not Sean Astin. Sean.
Patrick Flannery?
No,
Sean. It's three names.
It's three names. Yeah, Tyler. There's
whatever.
something in there.
He's the funny guy from.
He's Stifler.
He's Stifler. Yeah,
He's Stifler
from American Pie.
American
You ever
Pie.
seen American Pie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, I'm just looking it up.
It's a good movie.
He was in a movie with Chow Yun Fat. He was in Bulletproof Monk, right?
Yes, that guy. But anyway, The Rundown, and it's got Christopher Walken in it. It's got now I can't remember. Rosario Dawson is in it. Like, there's a lot of really good people in it.
I'd never heard of it. I would like
I have
to
it
see
on DVD. I'll have to give it to you. It's a buddy comedy action movie, and it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it for literally 3 seconds. It's got a really cool way of filming.
Oh, I also want to do a Chow Yun Fat like episode.
Sean William Scott.
Sean William
Scott. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Walken.
I really liked. We had an idea. We were going to call the episode. I just like the name of it for what the movies were, but we were going to call it Under the Sea, and it was going to be The Hunt for Red October, Crimson Tide, U571, K-19. We were going to figure out what went together, but that was.
And of course, there's
funny.
so many actors and actresses that we could have done very centric.
Tons, yeah.
Okay, who are some people who do you wish we had in the bunker that we didn't get to? We had some incredible guests between Robin, Winters, Cody, of course, Dan. We had some really good guests in the bunker. Kinetic Distortion, like we had some really good people. Who are some people that like we almost had Mike and Morgan in? It just didn't work out. We almost had the two girls on a bench. They actually were going to be here today, but it ended up not working out.
I honestly wish we could have had some of our patrons and home trees. Like I wish we could have had my brother on one. Wish we could have had Sarai on one.
Yeah.
Wish we could have had Josh in here for one.
It's hard enough the problem is it's hard enough to schedule for us.
Yeah.
To add a fourth person in there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard.
And although it's, all we could ever do was like Skype in for people who are out of the country. But I would have loved to have had Santiago and Justine in
like
for a
in
movie.
the bunker.
Yeah, like actually
and
here,
hang out. Yeah.
Or Zach in Paris. Or, just everybody from that show. If we could get all four of them in here, that'd be rad.
Right. If Luke and Suzanne was in here, and then Suzanne just staring daggers at Luke the entire time. So expected. Oh, rolling your eyes at him. It's true. Yeah, there's so many. What shows? So right now, this is you pitching yourself. What shows do you want to guest on right now? Like, if you could guest on some shows that we think we can reach right now, who are some ones that you wish you could guest on?
I got kind of shortchanged when I was on Weird with You.
Yeah, you had
Justine was sick.
Right.
I mean, it was and I'd already recorded
really
with
good
Santiago
episode.
at that point because we'd already done
Three Guys.
Three Guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get the full. I'm not saying it sucked, just me and Santiago.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the full weird with you.
I had the same experience. Yeah, he calls in guests when she can't make it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wanted to be.
I wanted to be
with
with Justine
both of
too.
them.
Yeah, I
I
know.
want all
Yeah.
three of them because like their energy together, because they know each other so well, they play off each other so well.
They riff.
Exactly, they riff really well. So then if you can just kind of jump in there and be a part of that energy, it's exponentially better. Yeah.
I'll be listening to the show and be like, oh, I would have said this during that riff.
I know, right? Yeah.
I read somewhere it said if you ever want to know how it feels to be a ghost, listen to a podcast where someone is mispronouncing a word that you know the right pronunciation for.
Yeah. And you're just
Or like you know the
screaming
answer.
at them and like
you
they
know
can't hear
the
you.
answer to this question,
Yeah.
or like that's how you know what it feels like to be a ghost.
Yeah, right.
I know people have had that
For
with
sure.
us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
There's tons of others, but
I know.
but yeah.
So here's some other ones. Recommendations to fill the MGT void.
Yeah.
So we've shouted
I
out
feel
a
like
lot.
we've already kind of done a lot of this.
But that was
already.
just one of the questions, like to fill.
Yeah.
I always tell people go to Dan and Cody if you like just the two guys
Dudes
hanging out,
talking.
dudes talking.
Yeah.
And theirs is they're so charismatic. Of course, Dungeons and Dragons we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
If you want movies that are three guys talking about movies, obviously go to with Drew at Real Feels.
Yeah.
And then if you want that specifically, you've heard us talk about a ton. If you want a mainstream one, the closest would be Mabim Bam. So and how does it get
Bam
made?
Taz, Anders and
Yeah, any of those
Yeah,
like where it's just
the glass cannon.
yeah, all those.
How did this get made?
Yeah, all those different
For
ones.
sure.
Of course,
If you're not already listening to that one, then
of
what's wrong
course,
with you?
anything on the Podfix network. Of
Yeah.
course, like you could do any of those.
There's tons of
There's so many
other
good ones.
alternatives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you kind of nailed it because like we have that blend of like we do movies, but we're also kind of like a hangout podcast and we talk about a lot of games. So like Dungeons and Dragons, Dan and Cody, or Real Feels, like that's like kind of the three. If you merged all those together, then you get
you kind of get us.
you get something better than us, but we're like a watered down version of whatever that merging would be.
No, we as people have said, we're fantastic. I'm gonna own that. That's how I'm gonna go out. Just feeling that way. So I compiled a list of all the shows that we've done. This is what I was working on just now. I tallied it up right before we go. Of what actors or actresses of what actors and actresses we have done the most for.
Who wins?
Who wins? So I want you to kind of guess. So just throw
That's
out
a lot of work, dude. You did all that?
Because it's the last one. It's not like I'm gonna have to do it ever again.
That's a lot of work.
I didn't do shit.
I know.
That's why you couldn't go see Wick with me.
Here we go. And hence is the actual how this show works. Wow, Chris, you did a ton of work behind the scenes
Come
to
on,
make
man.
this
Don't
show
knock
go.
how much work I do.
I'm messing around with you. Come on.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. So obviously, number one is obvious.
Rickman.
Rickman.
Okay.
17 movies we watched with him.
Ew.
17 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you think is now? Here's the thing. Then that goes to technically the next person that we watched the most with would be Daniel Radcliffe. We watched 8 with him.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah. So you go with that. So
setting aside
the Harry Potter episode,
Yeah.
that means that they will all come in second to Rickman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you
There's
think
a little asterisk next to them. They get second, but who's the actual
is
second?
number 2? I want you guys to guess.
Paxton.
Paxton is number 2. Got
Yes.
in 1. 7 movies we watched with him.
Yeah.
nice.
And they were all
Because
gold.
we made an episode about him, and then like he just kept showing up. Oh yeah, Paxton's in this one.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, who do you think is a tie for number 2? For number 3? Sorry, who tied for number 3? It's a tie for Donnie. You give your first guess. Corey's
go
been
ahead.
shutting him out.
Yeah.
So there's a tie for number 3.
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger is
I was going to say Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger is one of the ties for number 3.
Okay, so there's another one.
There's another one that we did 6 movies for.
This is terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
radio.
I'm so sorry. I
Chris
messed up.
messed
There
up.
is a 4-way tie for 3rd place.
Huh.
Oh, so we got 3 more to guess.
So you got 3 more to guess.
Schwarzenegger is my guess.
Yeah.
Is
Clancy Brown.
no
Clancy Brown was in 3
Yeah, he's gotta
movies.
be up there.
He's in 3. There was a ton of 3s in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Sam Rockwell? I feel like we had it.
No, he was in a lot. He was in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in a good amount. No.
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver is in the 4-timers club. There's a lot of 4-timers.
Okay.
So I didn't want to mess it. And that's the lowest tier that I went.
All right, I'm out of guesses. Just tell us.
Okay.
Costner.
Costner is in here at 4. He's a 4.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is number 6.
Cruise, yeah.
And then these other 2 6. These are older gentlemen. We did do episode specifics on them, on both of these guys, and then they were in other movies as well.
Goldblum?
No, Goldblum was only 3. The 3 we did for Goldblum. That is it.
Right?
No.
That can't be right.
We watched Jurassic Park, and that wasn't part of his episode, was it?
Oh, he wasn't.
Yeah,
top,
it was.
Though.
It was part of his episode.
Yeah.
And then The Fly. It was The Fly,
Jurassic
Park, and Independence Day.
Okay,
and that's it.
Might be it.
Yeah.
Huh.
He had a big impact on our childhood. And he
I
wasn't
know.
in that many movies.
He wasn't. Well, I mean, he's in more movies.
So who are these gentlemen?
It is Kurt Russell.
Oh God, of course.
Yeah, 6 episodes, 6 movies, and Tom Hanks at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
T. Hanks for the memories.
Okay, so there are
That's my biggest regret. If you're going to ask that, that's my biggest regret on this show. That's where we slightly missed the mark.
3. There are 3 people in the 5 Timers Club.
Who are they?
They are Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Emma Thompson.
Oh,
because you got to throw in some Harry Potters plus Pride and Prejudice, Love Actually. We did some Emma Thompson, and then Sam Jackson. Samuel, because of all the
Tarantino movies.
All the Tarantino movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now
And
here
Jurassic Park.
are the members of the.
That's a cool segment. We should keep that segment.
Oh,
on
I
our
didn't
show.
get that. No, Sam Jackson moves into the 6. I forgot he
It's
was
a
in Jurassic
five-way tie
Park.
for
Yeah,
6.
it's a 5-way tie for 6.
There you
Thanks. Yeah, see, this was not easy. Okay,
No,
what movies were in these? Okay,
Because there's a lot of like chorus characters that end up showing up in a lot of movies.
Yeah. So Sam Jackson is
like one of those guys, the guy that was my friends and neighbors from Sweeney Todd. He's also in Harry Potter, right?
Exactly. So he was just
he shows up a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that guy, what's his name? I forget. Anyway, 4 Timers Club. Then also, regardless, this is trying to exclude all of the Harry Potter characters, of course. Sigourney Weaver, Gerard Butler. Here's another surprising one. Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was in 4 movies that we did.
Yeah. And we didn't even do what's the stripping movie?
Oh, Magic Mike. Yeah,
Magic Mike.
he could. That's the funny thing. Channing Tatum would have been in a lot of movies that we did. Matt Damon.
He's one of Tarantino's guys. So he's
now
in
he
Tarantino
is.
movies,
Yeah. Matt Damon, Keanu Reeves, Val Kilmer, Willem Dafoe, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, John Leguizamo, and Bill Murray.
I feel like Willem Dafoe was in more.
He wasn't in as many as you thought. That's what's nuts.
Huh.
We talked about him a ton.
We got a lot of mileage out of Willem Dafoe.
We did.
Which looks like
he
his
kept
face.
just kind of showing up like, oh, Willem Dafoe's in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, though, that's it. So the number 1, of course, is Alan Rickman, followed by Bill Paxton.
I'm certain he was in more than 4 movies that we did.
You can go back and look, but we all know you're not going to.
Yeah.
So
I'll just be certain.
yeah, okay. I'm honestly, that's your prerogative.
Which 4?
I don't want to go. I didn't list them. This was a harder job than you think it was.
This was a lot of work that Chris did, and I had a lot of fun doing it. That's why I made the joke. We should add this as a regular segment. But I'm really glad you did it. But
it is interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come down. I didn't go directors and producers. Lots of Spielberg in there. Lots of Tarantino in there. Like there's a lot of Carpenter in there. Like lots.
I mean, just all the best of the best
Yeah.
movies that have existed for the last 30 years.
I know.
Is pretty much what we did.
I wanted to do some thank yous too, and jump in if you guys want, but I just want to make sure. So Chris Green, of course, he's been in he was in there with us. We already thanked Paul Chomo, Danny Cody, Nick Haskins. I did. I want to thank my parents. They were our original sponsors because they did with autos, video games, and more.
For sure.
The store.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in here before you beat me to it. I'm going to thank my wife, April Sasso. She worked really hard helping me do a lot of the victory picks because I won like all the time, guys. Like
all the time.
90% of the time I was winning. And so she was doing a lot of work. I want to thank Elise Braden for
Good job getting your
allowing
last
us
name
to
right.
borrow Chris for this time and allowing us to, use your house for bunker number 2. And I want to thank Melly for again allowing us Donnie's time and the effort and stuff that he put into it. And she watched all the movies with him. I think she watched
more movies
with you more than any of the wives did. Yeah.
And she listens to the podcast, and for 3 years she's been saying, Corey talks too fast. I can't understand what he's saying.
Sorry. I do talk fast.
I've been meaning to tell you that.
And I mumble. I don't.
I'm sorry.
I don't enunciate.
I'm sorry. Come
well.
again. What? I want to thank. Drew Carson, of course, from Radio Haver, which I gave him some nice people to replace us with. So hopefully they all get onto Radio Haver. I want to thank, of course, Duty, Fuzzy, Brad, Mary Madewell, Josh Hallmark from Karen and Ellen Letters.
Yeah.
Like he's been such a great friend to us. Gerald, I said, I want to thank Cole Johnson, Dave Vizzini, Paul and Wayne from the Countdown, Joe Merle for sending in all of this great merch.
For sure.
And everything.
Yeah.
I think I thanked Wes already from VVHS, the new Podfather. Anybody that's on Podfix, of course, you know how much we love you. Santiago and Justine for providing so many different sound clips. Literally everybody that calls in on the hotline all the time.
Everyone, yeah.
All of our
We had some
Patreon
great
supporters.
regulars.
We have so many amazing Patreon
Specifically,
supporters.
we'll call out Brendan.
Who?
No, I'm going to say his
You're
name
gonna say
right.
it
I'm going to say it
very
right
end.
at the very end because I think we've been running that joke for a long time.
The mystery caller.
If he still listens, I'm sorry, dude, that we were messing with you. And I think you had it coming because you messed with us pretty hard
For a
being
long
the
time.
mystery caller.
And of course, Range Outdoors.
Range Outdoors,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
So it's great. I know for a fact that we are missing people.
Oh yeah.
If
Of course we are. Don't get your feelings hurt.
We are emotional
Our
wrecks
brains,
right now.
exactly. Right now, our brains are mush.
We are emotional
And we still have
wrecks.
another episode to do.
Yeah. But everybody that follows us on Twitter, everybody that just randomly will chime in, anyone that's voted on a Twitter poll,
Yeah.
anyone that's sent in a comment.
Hey, here's somebody that I don't think we've ever mentioned on the show, and I know she's a regular listener, is Lori Collum. Lori Collum always is talking to me about how much she enjoys our show.
Right.
And she came to me directly and said, she understands why we're ending the show, but she's really enjoyed it all this time. And
Yeah.
Galindo for
Friels.
sure. Galindo's like OG.
Yeah.
He's been listening since the
Josh,
beginning.
of course. And Bakersfield Escape Room. Yeah.
Yeah.
MJ for letting us come in and watch Zombieland. That was a lot of fun.
And host the what was it? Cult Classics?
Cults and Classics.
Cults and
Which
Classics,
on Monday I'm going to go see Rocky. I won
Yeah.
tickets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I want to thank I want to thank Daniel Weinheimer for listening to every single episode and giving such constructive feedback at the beginning of the show.
It's his positive attitude that has really helped me carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, you thank the wives, Nan, my mom and dad for letting us use the Bunker 1.0.
Yeah.
Then
big shout out to your dad.
for letting us be in the bunker.
Yeah, for letting us use the
He just kind of like
his
popping, hey
property.
guys, what's going on?
Use his property, and then he was an early supporter of the show.
Yeah.
Through his business.
Through
so,
the business. Yeah, it's so much fun. We are 100% missing people. I know it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I thought I was going to be like cool and collected. Oh, cool. This is going to be
You
easy
know
to
who
do.
you are. We're thanking you specifically. You know who you are.
Yeah.
It's
You're
you.
listening. And also,
Not anybody else, but just
for
you.
the incredibly silent, vast majority of you that listen.
That loyally downloaded every week and listened and loved.
Plus all the people that are on Radio Haver, they're listening to this. Apparently, we're the most popular show
On Radio Haver?
on Drew's show. He says like you get the most amount of people listening. That doesn't reflect.
You know what? We're going out on top.
The tens of thousands of you that have listened. Just whatever. I love
And
you
to the
so
alien
much.
archaeologists that find this a million years from this point.
Hey, you know what? These guys had some good things. And also, lastly, you two. Thank you so much.
I want to thank you both
for making
individually.
this a blast.
Yeah. And you guys, you guys did the lion's share of the work. I showed up. I wrote some stuff.
You're not
Clever.
wrong.
You're not wrong, but we love you anyway.
We love you anyways. I think you brought what you brought to the table. It was the best.
I
of
was
the best.
100%
It was
the
cream
heart
of the crop.
and soul of the
Yes,
show.
Absolutely.
But you guys were the skilled laboring hands that
Yeah.
So basically,
I want to thank you guys just for like trusting me when I was like, we could do a podcast, guys, and it'd be great because I think we did an amazing job at this. I think we were a big success, and that's evidenced by everybody who called in and all the comments that we've got.
Yeah,
and so
I didn't know we touched
I
that
want to
many
thank
people.
you, Chris. I want to thank you, Donnie, for trusting me that we could do it and putting 100% in.
We always gave 110.
I was pleasantly surprised when it started taking off. Just all the work that everybody put in.
It was really good from the get
I
go.
kind of thought I was going to be the only one like kind of pushing and doing all the social media, but
no, of course not.
I loved that you guys really came to work.
Well, a lot of that early success is due to Corey because like CJ, other people like, man, your production quality is really good. Like
We beat a lot
if
of
I'm
those
trying a
indie
new
guys, yeah.
podcast, if the production sucks, I'm out.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Done.
That was my thing is I knew I wasn't going to put out like a crap product.
No.
It's nerve wracking because when you even when you know stuff, you still know that the other guys that know more than you are like going to be criticizing something. You know?
Something. Well, there's
certain
always
moments where we talked too loud on the mic and we blew it out. You know, it's like
yeah.
I know that those little things bother audiophiles, but
Okay, sound.
Well, I
nerd.
remember one of my favorite things Corey ever said was when we started it, and like I had done across all social media platforms, did a website. He's like, "Oh, sweet, you're in on this too."
Yeah.
That was one of the nicest things you ever said.
Like, before we were going to launch, I was just spending so much time getting the episode because like I wasn't efficient early on.
Oh, the difference between you do 2 episodes faster, twice as fast. You did one back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm still a fan of our pilot.
It is great.
Some people are really embarrassed of their pilots. There is some solid gold in there.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound as good as the new ones.
No,
but like we had some gravy in there.
I'd like to thank Colonel Tote.
Yes.
Colonel.
Still not thirsty.
Arnold Tote.
Yeah. Little Arnie Tote. It was all, we were watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
And Elise looked at me and says, he's not thirsty. It's so funny.
It's just so funny how far we've come from that first episode. But that was so much fun.
But like, not that far. It's familiar, but not too familiar. But not too
not familiar.
Not too not familiar. Yeah.
I don't think Donnie gets that. I do now get that because I have listened to my Bim Bam.
That's so good. Yeah. Big fan. That is going to do it.
Chris's eyes right
forever.
They're killing me. I can't take it.
Forever. This can do it for us forever. That's it for us in the Energy Recording Bunker. There's no reason to follow us on social media. The website will be closed down. We thank everybody that supports us on Patreon. We'll be closing that in the middle of June. So if you do support us on Patreon, there will be one more cycle in June, and then we'll be closing it down. But of course, it will not hurt our feelings if you go on and edit. You're just a zero. We want to thank our great and powerful sponsor, Nan, and formerly Dave Morgan. Of course, please still support Range Outdoors.
Absolutely.
Go be free. They still are a great supporter of Conservancy. Corey, I've enjoyed every second. Donnie, I've enjoyed every second.
Same to you, Chris.
And so, yeah, thank you. That's good. And we'll see you around. And that's bye.
Later, home trees.
See yous.
It was a great game.
You played with us, Peter.